Okay, so we're just going to go through the comments from bottom to top, because I thought, like, hey, let's give some of the unliked comments.
So this is just, we're going to just talk about people's opinions properly instead of memeing it up. We'll probably meme it up a few times.
Well, of course, this is Onami.
The shadows die twice. Okay, first one.
If this is Tenchu, I'll be pumped. Probably me too. It's been a really long time since I've played any of the Tenchu games.
I've never played a Tenchu game.
They're pretty good.
So I've been told by you, and you are the only person who knows what Tenchu is in my circle of friends.
What's wrong with Armored Core? Nothing's wrong with Armored Core. This is just not it.
You don't know. Something is wrong with Armored Core, and the thing that's wrong with Armored Core is Kinect support. Yeah, let's not forget that was a FromSoft game for a while. When people, like, I love it when people talk about, like, people love to say, like, FromSoft is this, like, flawless company, like, oh, dude, FromSoft made, like, Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Demon Souls. They also made a Kinect Armored Core game and Dark Souls 2, so let's not forget that. So, people should have, whatever this Shadows Die Twice thing is, I think people should have tempered expectations with it, because with FromSoft...
If it's Armored Core, watch the fuck out. I've been told that this might have VR support as well.
If it's a horror game and it's VR, I'm gonna fucking shit myself, and I love it.
I hope it's Tenchu. I've never gotten to play the game since it was on PS2, and I don't have a PS2 anymore. Who doesn't have a PS2?
Everyone has. I have 2 for some reason.
I have, like, 3 Tenchu games, and I have a PS2, and I have not played them in bloody years. Probably because they don't
complete any?
I think I completed a PSP one.
Oh, right.
Not Shadow Assassins, it was the one that wasn't created by FromSoft.
Is it a stealth game, then?
Yes. It's like Metal...
How the hell did you complete it?
Shut up. Yes, Tenchu. I've waited so long. Me too. I never knew I wanted it until now. Best way to start a video ever. Thank you.
I don't even remember how we started it.
Okay,
How you started it, lol.
Here's a big one. People think it's Bloodborne 2 because of all the Eastern references in Bloodborne. Anytime another land is referenced in BB lore, it is always an Eastern land, never anywhere else.
I don't know about... I have very limited, like, experience in Bloodborne, seeing as I am Xbox scum, but...
At least you know.
I from what I have seen, I don't think that's true.
It's not...
I think there has been lands referenced in the West, but the thing is, like, you gotta be careful, because, like, if they reference other lands, I don't... Seeing as, like, Yharnam is a Western area, I don't think they have to specify that, other towns are Western.
Yeah.
And this is a guy from a Western. You're specified from coming from another town, even. Your character does not come from Yharnam, so...
You're an outsider, as they say.
Yeah, so the Eastern references being, like, the strongest thing in Bloodborne, whenever they mention, like, they always ever mention the East. I'm not too sure about that.
Well, anytime that they're not specifying a Western land, it's always an Eastern land. They never talk about...
Well, that's obvious.
Well, yeah.
Like, anytime that... Whatever.
Well, they could be talking about, like, the fucking Scandinavians up there dealing with all their monsters and shit.
Whatever isn't West Baz is inherently East.
Example, Chikage, Kanehurst Dharma, the story of the Eastern hunters who chased all of the beast all the way to Yharnam. Emphasis on the different strains of blood that was taken into different areas of the world. Old Hunter Yamamura. Right. Old Hunter Yamamura, I would agree with you if he wasn't such a tiny sliver of the backstory we got with the East. Because, like, in things like Dark Souls...
Yeah,
we had Shiva of the East.
Yeah, that's the
who was a straight up character with his own side story.
Yeah, that's a thing that, like, it's saying, like, at the bottom. I'm not saying it's Bloodborne 2, I'm just explaining why people think it is. The big argument that I constantly see for it being Bloodborne 2, aside from the fact that there is a lot of blood everywhere, is that Bloodborne mentions there is an East that exists in the game. But at the same time, like, Dark Souls frequently mentions there is an... Not, like, frequently, constantly, but it mentions quite a few times there is an East in Dark Souls. Mm-hmm. So, if people are gonna say, like, like, Eastern writing, it says there's an East in Bloodborne, it must be Bloodborne, I could make the same, like, argument for it being like, this is Eastern Dark Souls 4.
Yeah.
Like, this is Shiva's story now. We're gonna see, like, where all those goddamn katanas come from. How do they keep ending up in fucking Lordran?
It's Tenchu, oh my god. Also, I think... I think I was talking about it earlier. It's like, I think the idea of East being referenced in a game is a little less valid than a game that's entirely Eastern.
Oh yeah, you did say.
Yeah, which is Tenchu. It's all about the ninja shinobi.
A game that says the East exists versus a game that is set in the East.
Yeah, well, yeah. Neo 2, I wouldn't mind that because it was pretty good, but it wasn't made by FromSoft, so it was made by Team Ninja.
You know my opinion. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a weeb.
You're not a fan of that setting.
Yeah, I don't like feudal Japan.
It's Shenmue.
Shenmue. All right, that fucking game.
Yeah, that's a Sega game, isn't it?
It's Armored Core. Could you imagine, like, if they rebooted
Armored Core?
If they rebooted Armored Core and it's like wooden, damp mechas. like I don't know, like Fishing Hamlet Bloodborne mechas.
It's Metal Wolf Chaos 2. I'm just gonna search up Metal Wolf Chaos because I don't even think that's a thing. Metal Wolf Oh, it is a thing.
It is. Apparently it was on Xbox, so I don't...
and it was developed by From Software. I don't think it's that.
Apparently it's 5 out of 5, says eBay.
Oh, hell yeah, eBay. I'm gonna trust eBay's
But the game with a big American flag on the background, I don't think...
It's the most American thing there.
I don't think it's Metal Wolf Chaos 2.
Oh yeah, Bloodborne fishing. I am so excited.
People constantly joke about these Bloodborne spin-off games.
I would love a Bloodborne cart, though.
I would love a Bloodborne cart.
Yeah.
Somebody promote that guy. It's the most accurate universal reaction to every... Yeah, the screaming is, I think, fairly accurate.
It truly encapsulates everyone's reaction to this announcement.
Like,
no, I don't think it encapsulates people's reaction. I think it's just his reaction to the duality of the fans going...
To be honest, the fact that From Software said... We're working on a game, I think is enough to warrant that reaction.
Yeah.
Again, temper your reactions, because FromSoft either make the best or the worst. Mm-hmm. They either make Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne, or they make Connect Armored Core and Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2 fanboy's gonna be after us right now.
I don't give a shit.
Or maybe it's literally just a new series that has nothing to do with the other games. Wait, what the fuck? I hear tons of fat teens outside with knives. Oh shit, they're breaking in. I'm sorry for not being on a Tenchu or Bloodborne side. I'm sorry. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's so, like, set on, like, it's either Tenchu or Bloodborne.
I genuinely think I said in the previous video, I think it's going to be a new IP.
If I could choose something, I would want it to be a new IP.
Yeah.
Like, I have no history of Tenchu, so I can't be like, oh yeah, I want it to be Tenchu. I'd much rather it be a new thing. However, the possibility of a stealth Souls does intrigue me. So I wouldn't mind. Then again, I'd just rather something new. I'm kind of tired of everything in the gaming industry being a sequel at this point.
Yeah.
So if FromSoft are just like, hey, here's Tenchu 7 or whatever, I'd be like, oh, okay. But if it's like, hey, here's East Souls,
yeah,
I'll be like, okay, sure, that's
yeah.
a new thing, I'm down.
Nani? Dude, it's Garfield Cat. It's Bass Pro Fishing too. I never
It's
knew...
the same guy?
I never knew how popular Bass Pro Fishing was.
It's got more players than Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Can we just, like, I want to take an aside for a moment that I want to point out that a, like, truck driving simulator had a higher peak player time than Battleborn. Battleborn's dead at this point.
How's Overwatch doing?
Oh god, like, you know what? Oh, I shouldn't say fucking anything.
Nice video. Thank you.
Now that you've moved on, I'm fucked. Everyone thinks I hate Bloodborne. Not Bloodborne. I like Bloodborne. Overwatch.
You do hate Overwatch, though.
I'm not a fan, to be honest.
This video deserves 1 million views. Can you fucking imagine?
I'd rather it didn't.
Dan would actually die.
Yeah. The higher the original video's views increase, the more ill I've gotten. With every K, I have crawled closer to death. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go speak.
I can confirm that this is a teaser for the next Tenchu game with 100% guarantee. Can you really?
Because I'm a Tenchu fan. Alright,
okay, here's his reasons. A ninja knife craved into the tension tool. Tension sounds similar to Tenchu.
Well, you got me there, dude. I think it's going to be the Tenchu game also. What do people keep saying it's a tension tool? Is that like an actual thing, or is this something that Vati said it was this, so it must be this?
I mean, what exactly is a tension tool?
Sexual tension.
Oh shit, boy. Rope and Tenchu is used to pull to climbing things.
Rope's used in a lot. Like, I'm playing devil's advocate here. Every time someone makes a point, I'm like, here's a counterpoint. So it's like, rope is used in a lot of games.
Yeah.
The flute sound is used in Tenchu, but the flute sound, a lot of people are also saying is the same jump scare sound effect from Kuon?
That's not the Kuon is the scraping string instrument.
Alright.
That's why I say it's fairly unique. And why, like, okay, there is some validity there.
Well, of it being Kuon.
Yeah.
Does Kuon have any hints of, like... Well, it must be Japanese, a name like that. But
Japanese writing in the background. Dark Souls-like games isn't really known for the most gory games from software. What?
He's saying that, like, Tenchu is a lot more bloody than Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
It definitely is. Shadows Die Twice is a reference to Onikage, an anime
You fucking weeb.
who has been killed twice in the Tenchu series. Yes, I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, people keep saying that, that it has to be this because of Onikage or something, like saying, like, oh, this character said Shadows Die Twice or something. I can't find any evidence for him saying that, except people saying he said that.
Yeah, Shadows Die Twice is not a direct
You're saying
quote.
that with certainty.
With absolute certainty. It is not a direct quote from Tenchu 3. What people are trying to say is that Onikage references himself as a shadow, and he dies twice in the series.
Playing devil's advocate here again, don't certain characters from Bloodborne reference themselves as shadows also?
Yeah. There's the Shadows of Yharnam.
Yeah.
They don't die twice, though.
They die 3 times.
No, because there was only 3 of them. So they each die once.
Aren't they more later on in the game, though?
Yeah, they do become normal enemies.
I don't like that. I'd rather not. I don't want to have, like, Anor Londo flashbacks of fighting the fucking gargoyle. Speaking of, Dark Souls remaster.
Alpha Joe says, thank you, you're welcome, lol, but it's obviously a remastered Mahjong game.
What the hell is Mahjong?
It's like some battle strategy chess thing.
Okay.
Lol, please be Bloodborne 2, JK, I just want to play it whatever it is. I still want Bloodborne 2, though. I don't want Bloodborne 2, but I would like Bloodborne 2. I don't...
You know me, I'm on Xbox. I'd like a Bloodborne 2, but I don't...
You're not getting it.
Yeah. I'd like it if it existed. But then again, like... I know a lot of people really want a Bloodborne 2, but in my opinion, is there a need for it?
Not really.
Like, I feel like Bloodborne
2 ended so perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you either had, like, the waking up from the nightmare, becoming a part of the nightmare, or controlling the nightmare and becoming an elder god, and I like that ending.
Yeah.
It's a good
and every
ending.
single one of those endings is a good ending. Not a good ending, but it's a good ending.
Yeah, like... I'm pretty happy with the way Bloodborne ends, and if they returned to Yharnam or they went to another place, I really don't know what more they could do except going into, like, the origins of the, old gods or whatever. And if they went into the origins of the old gods in a sequel, I feel like that would, like, destroy the mystery around Bloodborne, which is one of the most enticing things. It's like, Bloodborne is built around the fact, like, Bloodborne is built around Lovecraft's typical cosmic horror, which is making us appear so small in the eyes of, like,
which I don't know,
cosmic scale.
Which I don't think would work in an Eastern aesthetic. Maybe it would.
Oh, what?
But it's not
old gods in
it's not. Yeah, it's not a typically Eastern thing.
I don't know too much about, like, Eastern religion or Eastern horror. I know the only thing I know about Eastern horror is they like pale girls with long black hair. But, like, yeah, I haven't really seen the Lovecraft of fucking Junji Ito, I guess. Mm-hmm. But even then, Junji Ito's works is
Junji Ito is fairly cosmic horror.
He is.
To a degree.
He is, but I haven't seen a Cthulhu of Junji Ito.
True. What's the difference between me and you? We got a Dr. Dre fan here.
Is he says, what's the difference between me and you? And he has, like,
3 sad faces.
Does he not like this song? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm sorry. It was just good background music.
Well, this time the background music will be the thing in the background of I don't know, footages of cars crashing. Put Yoshikage Kira's theme in the background.
Okay,
of this.
cool.
And Yoshikage Kira's theme with car crashing.
Sweet. But the build-up is constant, so it never gets to the good bit.
Yeah. It ends on the good bit. It'll cut to black as soon as the horns blare.
Blood Souls 1. Okay.
People talking about, like, I remember I'm gonna go on a tangent here because I can, because this is what we do.
We're not even halfway through the comment.
But people talking about like the fact there's a Bloodborne and Dark Souls connection, like they're in the same universe.
I don't think they are.
Like, I think the biggest theory going around that went around was that the ending of Ringed City with the the little girl painting a new world. The new world she painted was Yharnam. Which I feel like it's cool.
That's a cool idea.
I don't think it's the case.
Also, the idea that Chester came from Bloodborne.
Chester is you know what? I can't think of another place Chester actually fits in.
Yeah. The fuck is Tenchu? Tenchu is a good game. You should play it, Squidditch.
No, you gotta scream that. That is like a JonTron reference.
The fuck is Tenchu?
That wasn't a JonTron reference, but that's fine. Well, there's the answer. Tenchu is a legendary game.
Yeah, there we are.
What the hell is an Otogi, though?
Right. Otogi. We were looking that up recently.
I see the
fucking this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know whether there are any other references other than the fact that it is Eastern.
Apparently it was on the OG Xbox, though, so...
Yeah.
It's a hack and slash.
And it looks kind of neat.
From, like, the cover art and, like, a big fucking dragon thing I see over there.
Hell yeah.
Myth
but I don't...
demons.
Yeah, I don't know much about Otogi, so I can't comment on that.
The only kind of, like, hint that it could be an Otogi game, if the guy's serious, the only hint that it could be an Otogi game is it sounds Eastern.
It's a Japanese word.
I feel like people
means.
are like so like really stretching now for like
like
if there's an Eastern reference, it's strangely enough everyone's saying like if it's an Eastern thing, people are claiming it's like this Eastern thing. However, the only thing people haven't claimed it to be so far is Dark Souls 4.
Actually, you wrong, because there were references to the Chinese and Japan in some of the Bloodborne lore, so you talking shit. It may not be Bloodborne, but it may be as well. Plus, people would love Bloodborne 2.
I'm sure people would love Bloodborne 2. And
problem is...
It may not be Bloodborne, but it may be as well. Like...
As well. Not just will it not be it, but it will also be it at the same time.
Yeah, I do agree, Biggie Balls, that while we don't know what it is, we do indeed don't know what it is. Yeah.
I mean, I would love Bloodborne 2. I just don't think it's Bloodborne 2.
I don't think it's gonna be Bloodborne 2. If it would really take me by surprise if FromSoft decided to basically make a completely new game and then say, yeah, it's Bloodborne.
I really hope it's Pranked Chew, all LOL edition.
Same dude. Same Extension X-Ward. With the Rick Sanchez avatar. I don't know why I did that voice, and I don't know why I made that thing. I feel like the Rick and Morty fandom just have a bad habit, but I like it, so fuck off.
Come on, people, it's clearly not Tenchu, can't you see? But it's just a power-up for the upcoming Bloodborne cart game.
Yes.
Would unabashedly love a Bloodborne cart. I just want...
Not even unironically, I would love a Bloodborne cart.
Just completely.
I main plain doll.
I mean, Ebrietas.
Daughter of the Cosmos. Full title, please.
Amen. Don't want to see a Bloodborne 2 made to appease weak fanboys. Give a new IP or Tenchu with new mechanics.
Just give me a new IP, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just give me a new IP with new mechanics. I feel like when Bloodborne reinvented the Souls wheel, I fucking loved it because it was just so different and strange. I'd love to see them try to reinvent the Souls wheel again. Like, just go for something new. I don't know what they could do, but it's FromSoft. I'm sure they'll try something. Maybe they'll be like, they tried Kinect support. Where's my virtual reality support now?
Oh my god, it's Final Fantasy 16. Can you imagine a FromSoft Final Fantasy? That'd be pretty freaking neat.
You know, I know, like I said earlier, that FromSoft have like a really strange track record. Like they either make gold or shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would do better than Square Enix, to be honest.
Shadows Die Twice is a direct quote from Tenchu, though. No, it isn't, Alpha Joe. We figured that out.
Did we? I'm still gonna be on the side because like the fact that I can't see it and I haven't played Tenchu, I'm just gonna sit on the side and be like, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the fact that there is no evidence of it other than people saying that it is. I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna take that as actual evidence. I'm not gonna take people saying that it is evidence. Otherwise, I'll completely believe that Michael Jackson is still alive.
Tupac is not dead. I saw him perform that one time. That's evidence.
I swear to God, if this is Tenchu 10, I'm gonna flip out.
Is that a good flip out or a bad? I love the avatar though. That's taking me back.
All I can see is can't.
Yeah, that's all it says is can't. But it's the funny dancing boy.
I remember that. Just saying, working at GameStop, pre-orders just came through for Bloodborne statues and action figures. Maybe the license is back. Could be Bloodborne 2. That's interesting.
Here's a little anecdote from... I don't know what that word means, but I think it's in the correct term.
Possibly.
A lot of people want a JoJo Part 5. Recently, there has been announcements that there is going to be JoJo Part 5 merchandise. This does not mean JoJo Part 5 is coming out anytime soon. It just means they're selling toys of it.
Yeah.
And while I do hope there's a plain doll statue, because I fucking love her design for Bloodborne.
Yes.
And I'd buy it in an instant.
Yes.
I don't think the fact that there are toys coming out mean that the game's going to be coming out anytime soon. I mean, like, fucking... When Halo 5 had one trailer, they put the fucking... toys out for Halo 5 already, and then it turned out nothing that was in the trailer was in the game. So they just had like, fucking toys that weren't like Master Chief like in the strange poncho cloak, and I fucking have it, and it's not in the game. So I don't think statues and toys mean anything, dude. It's just they just want to sell it.
Plus, saying the license is back, I don't know what that means. I think Sony has always had the license to Bloodborne.
How Bloodborne didn't come out that long ago, did it?
No, and licenses take a couple years to like. Remember they made Amazing Spider-Man just to hold on to that license.
Yeah, that's 10 years.
And that was 10 years after Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, there's a 10 years difference.
Right.
So that's with movies.
We have plenty of time until the license of Bloodborne is.
Could you imagine if that was the case? Like FromSoft forget to buy the Bloodborne license back, and then like EA buys it.
Oh fuck! Can you imagine?
I saw your face then. You genuinely
cringed. Bloodborne loot crates, man. That'd be great.
Yeah, good idea.
I bet it's Tenchu. Oh my god, it's been so long since Tenchu Z's online co-op mode. I don't even know what that is. But thank you, Kareem Midani. Ernie Burt.
I'm just thinking now, sorry, I'm interrupting. But I don't think I've ever seen a stealth game with co-op.
It would be interesting.
And to be honest, like, I feel like that would be interesting just because all of my online friends are a bunch of fuck-ups. So I'd love to play the game, like a stealth game, and just with a bunch of fuck-ups.
Ernie Burt clearly wants Tenchu.
Yeah.
Or maybe he hates Tenchu so goddamn much that he's just like, Tenchu!
It might be the case. I don't know.
The last
internet's hard to read.
The last gel was absolutely a Vegeta scream that even Lanny Pator would be impressed by. Thank you.
I did tell you, Baz genuinely goes rocks off to that.
I am a big fan of Mr. Pator.
Nemesis Versa 2 with the awesome Sonic OC.
Oh, hell yeah. Look at that.
That's awesome. Dude, buy Sonic Forces. It's a good game.
Tenchu, so many fucking years in Shadow Assassins, and I think it's because this year will be the 20th anniversary of Tenchu. Ooh, that could be a thing. Also, the Tenchu 3 quote was, I am Ricky Maru, I am a shadow. Okay, so it wasn't only Kage.
It was Ricky Maru.
It was Ricky Maru. Ricky Maru, I don't think it's...
I genuinely, you have to wonder, in a game about stealth, how many people are going to reference shadow
as a shadow.
Yeah, like the most cliche thing to... Not even in stealth games. If I want to like think about how many villains or heroes have called themselves like, I am Shadow, I am the Knight.
Dude, even Goku did that.
Like if shadows die twice, could this be a new Sonic game?
Could this be a new DBZ?
From Soft's DBZ.
It literally can't be Bloodborne 2 since it's a PS exclusive. That is a thing I saw nothing about Sony on anything to do with Shadows Die Twice.
Where was it announced though?
It was announced on FromSoft's YouTube channel.
Wait, just like was it? It wasn't for like E3.
It wasn't
for E3.
Yeah, it wasn't for any convention. It was just FromSoft just released a trailer on YouTube.
Oh, okay. And there's no hint of it being like
nothing. I can't see.
Well, then again, like,
any Sony on there.
If it
unless someone scribed Sony in feudal Japanese.
I'm gonna quickly check I'm gonna quickly check if it was only uploaded to... Because if it's uploaded to, like, the Xbox's YouTube account, that will prove it wrong in an instant. Like, hold on, what was it? Shadows Die Twice.
Well, it's not on the Sony thing.
I think it's the Game Awards... I think that was...
Oh, actually, yeah, I think it was on the Game Awards. It was on the Game Awards, I remember now. But that doesn't mean anything. The Game Awards aren't owned by anyone.
I don't see anything about it being Xbox uploading it or Sony uploading it, so... It could, like, come out of nowhere and be like, oh, yeah, it's a PlayStation exclusive, but I feel like if it was a PlayStation exclusive, like, Sony would definitely make some noise about it being a PlayStation exclusive. So I feel like that's a case in Fat Cunt's point.
It's definitely not Tenchu. Tenchu is developed and owned by Acquire. FromSoft is just a publisher. If it was Tenchu, there would be an Acquire sponsor at the end of the teaser. Actually, no. Tenchu Shadow Assassins for the PSP was developed
by FromSoft.
Both by From Software and Acquire.
Ubisoft.
And published by From Software and Ubisoft. So that's...
It was on the Wii?
Was it?
Apparently it was on the Wii.
It was on the Wii.
It was on the PSP and the Wii.
That's a really strange... Okay.
Apparently there was a Tenchu game on the 360 as well. I didn't even fucking know.
Yes.
FromSoft,
Also,
Activision,
yes.
Activision Blizzard.
Tenchu Wrath of Heaven was also developed by From Software, TKO, K2
FromSoft,
LLC.
like, Tenchu seems to be developed by a lot of people, but the one common theme seems to be FromSoft.
Yeah, From Software has been there.
I don't think that's like a point in like, oh, FromSoft made a bunch of Tenchu games. I don't think that's a point in Tenchu's favor.
Yeah, totally not. I'm just saying, like,
I feel like he does have a point, to be honest. But then again,
I'm just saying, like, Tenchu is this dangling fruit in front of us that is like, it's clearly Tenchu.
Is it clearly Tenchu?
Well,
I'd rather it be original.
I'd rather it be original. I want a new IP. But if it isn't, it'll be
like
Tenchu.
bringing up the point of like, how many Eastern games has FromSoft made, and people are all assuming it's Tenchu. Like, I feel like there's like one guy yelled Tenchu first, and everyone jumped on board with that.
When we do have Kuon and Otogi.
Yeah.
Tenchu, best ninja game, bring it back. I really hope it's Tenchu.
Well, I hope a lot of guys seem to really hope it's Tenchu, so I hope it's Tenchu for your sakes then.
Even though I love Bloodborne to death, I hope Shadows Die Twice is an entirely new game. Me too. Or it is a continuation of From Software's other franchises, as it would only be rational and fair to continue a franchise that was left in the dust, or start a new IP entirely, as Bloodborne needs a longer break. Yes, Bloodborne is still ridiculously popular. I think it needs
How long has it been since Bloodborne actually, like...
That-
when did Bloodborne come out? It was like on the PS4 release, but...
2015, I think.
I feel like it needs...
It was 2015, because it was the year before Dark Souls 3.
I think like it needs at least over 5 years to settle down.
Yeah, definitely. Funny plot twist, it's Tenchu Born.
You know what?
Which probably would be. If it's going to be Tenchu in the From Software style, then it would pretty much be Tenchu Born. Don't give a shit what it is. It's a From Software game, so I've already bought it.
Oh, dude,
Completely.
watch out.
Completely. Hey, I bought 2 versions of Dark Souls 2. I'm not happy about it.
You've bought like 100 versions of every Dark Souls. I'm on like the border of buying that Japanese exclusive Dark Souls collection. You know, the £400 one that is PS4 exclusive. So I won't be able to play it, but it's a FromSoft game, so I have to.
Okay, this comment by Justus Popkin. I pretty much went through quite a bit of what's already in here. But if there's more, then I would probably make a separate video on it, because there is a lot here, dude.
Okay, this isn't me hating on you or saying it's Bloodborne 2. I figured I might as well share some insight after spending too much time looking into it. This is a part of a discussion, not uncivilized, as also it's long. That's fine, dude, we're here to just talk. Some guy called us shit and we just went with it.
Right, okay, so Shadows Die Twice, never said in any Tenchu game. We figured that out, don't worry about that.
We're with you, Justus Popkin.
Yes, the kunai wouldn't be able to be used as a hook shot. Well, not necessarily, I mean, it could just be an oversight, to be honest.
It could just be there to look cool.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, who the hell can wield 2 giant greatswords in Dark Souls?
My favourite weapons.
I hate them so much, but yeah, it's like... I feel like that's just a case of it looking cool, because I mean, like, you've got a point though. It could either just be there because it's a kunai and it looks cool, or it's just like an aesthetic. Someone shoved a kunai in the middle of whatever that is.
Yeah, like what?
So you could
what,
have a
what,
point,
what would that be used for in Bloodborne if it was then?
So you could.
And Eastern Land is a very important in the lore of Bloodborne. We went through this. The Eastern Land is an important part of the lore of most From Software games.
Well, they're Eastern, so
Yeah, it's and also it's hard to put an Eastern influenced game over an entirely Eastern game. So I can't say at least I'm not going to dismiss it because it is true. Well, I'm not just going to brush over it, because we did talk about earlier about, like, yes, the Yamamura is there, yes, the Chikage is there, yes, they do reference the East a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot of references to the East in Bloodborne. Again, though, there are, like, Tenchu and a bunch of these games don't reference the East, they're set in the East.
Also,
this Burial Blade, what is it?
The Burial Blade, I think this is the one that, yes, this is the one that Guillermin wields, and it has some Japanese-esque characters.
Does it actually have Japanese-esque characters
on here? It would probably be easier to see on a more higher quality picture. But yeah, could be.
Yeah, it could be, but at the same, I'm just gonna keep playing devil's advocate. Eastern writing in one game does not mean that game is going to be this Eastern game, especially when there are Eastern games with probably tons of Eastern writing in it.
Yes. Also, there was a lot of people saying that in the actual video itself, there is a chisel stuck in the wall where all of the kanji is being written.
Yeah.
And they say that the chisel looks very much like a chisel that's in Guillermin's workshop.
But at the same time, what's a variation on a chisel, really?
Yeah,
I feel like the design's been pretty uniform for quite a while.
Like, I think something as overall and important as a chisel.
Could you imagine if that was
really
like... if you guys really think that the key is in the chisel, like... I don't know, dude. I couldn't buy that. This isn't Hideo Kojima. We don't have to look at, like, the subtleties to be like, oh, there's the link. I think a chisel is just a chisel. I don't think it has anything to do with Gammon. To be honest, like, if they were going to include, like, little things that were going to be references to it being Eastern, I feel like they wouldn't show Gammon's chisel. They'd show the Yamamura guys. Is it Yamamura or
Yamamura? Yeah.
I feel like they'd show something that Yamamura would have. Like, I don't know, like his top hat or like one of the things he's wearing or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It's also stated that there's several kunai on the clothing pieces worn in Bloodborne. Yeah, I think that's more of another reference to the East.
A lot of these points are like, I feel like there's some validity to them.
They could go somewhere.
There's some validity
to somewhere, but
yeah. But at the same time, it's like, oh, there are some kunais in Bloodborne compared to there's a lot of kunais in all these other Eastern games like Tenchu and all that stuff.
Okay, so this goes into the 3 games that Miyazaki was saying that he's going to be helping in making. One of them was a completely new IP, which is what I think this is.
Hold on. Is there any confirmation at all that Miyazaki is working on Shadows Die Twice?
Not that I know of, but we're all assuming he is. Which is why I'm making this video. Another one of the games that he was going to be making is a dark fantasy RPG, which is either going to be Shadows Die Twice, and if it is Bloodborne 2, or at least inspired by it.
No chances this dark fantasy RPG is the Dark Souls remake.
Possibly, could be, to be honest. He didn't state that it's a new IP. So I think that's one. Well, actually, no, because the Dark Souls remaster is not being made by FromSoft.
Is it not? Well, to be honest, yeah, I can, yeah.
Or at least, is it not? I think okay, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is not being made by the original thing.
I just took your word for it. Much like everyone took the word for that. I honestly feel like this whole, discussion was the first 2 comments on the original video was like, oh, it's Bloodborne, oh, it's Tenchu, and everyone else looked at those 2 comments and just sided with one person.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all it's been, to be honest. Also, the third one was bringing back an old franchise, which everyone unanimously thinks it's Armored Core, which I agree with. He said he's going to be making an Armored Core game, so
I remember hearing something about saying a new Armored Core, and I feel like again,
no, it is happening.
I've ripped into Armored Core a lot because of the Kinect video, Kinect thing, whatever.
Armored Core 3 is freaking cool.
But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the older Armored Cores, and I'd love to get the chance to play a proper one because, like,
I think I've got one of them, man.
I'm gonna play it. Fuck you.
I got one of them. If this is Bloodborne 2, I'm not saying it is. Yeah, there we go.
Sony would put their name in the teaser. Yeah.
They would. We did say about that.
I feel like the video would probably have appeared first on Sony's official like YouTube account.
Completely. Or it would be there in the first place, even if it didn't go up there first. Like
Yeah.
it was on Game Awards, then it would have been on FromSoft's, and then it would have been on Sony's.
Yeah, and he's talking about here that like Shadows Die Twice isn't the game's name. You can tell because there's no trademark symbol. Sure, yeah, and he says sure the Project Beast trailer had Sony's name on it, but that was actual gameplay, not a vague teaser. Also, do you see any other names on the teaser apart from FromSoft's? So is From self-producing that with their own engine with absolutely zero outside help? I doubt it. Because I don't think anyone thinks that Shadows Die Twice is going to be this game's name.
No, I don't think it is either.
Because, again, Project Beast, like they announced.
That's why I'm so adamant that if it isn't a new IP, it'll be Tenchu, and Tenchu's not called Shadows Die Twice.
I stand by that. Like I want this to be a new IP.
I want it to be a new IP. I've got a lot from
The source. I can't find it again. If I do, yeah, he's edited it and he put the source at the top.
He got it up here.
Which is a big ol'
And
article.
I did go through it, and I did make most of this video on it.
Once again, I'm not saying this is Bloodborne 2, but I am saying it probably isn't Tenchu. We don't know what it is, but it's FromSoft after all, and whatever game they announce, it'll be good. Hopefully it is creative and isn't just a reskin of stuff we've already seen. Whatever it is, I just want it to be unique. I'm completely down with you, dude.
Thank you, Jessica Popkin.
And
then it was me saying I had no idea that this video would get so much attention.
I don't want this attention. I want
7.9, dude.
Fuck off.
Anyway, this has been fun. Thank you very much. This has been bloody hell. This has been almost 40 minutes.
It's a long little extra thing that'll either be at the end of a video or its own video.
Might be its own video now, actually. Looking at it.
We
Okay.
need a better intro.
Thank you very much.
We need a better intro.
No.
Yes!
No! There's a dog barking outside.